everybody, my name is Ace Arcana, aka Crazy Draculaura, my pronouns are they, them, and welcome back to another video. So we're finally getting to Draculaura's redesign for my own personal generation of Monster High. Previously, I had already did our main character Laguna Blue, and last video I did Frankie, so of course it's Draculaura's turn. So with this version of Draculaura, I take more inspiration from Generation 3 Drax personality rather than Generation 1 or 2. She's kind of the smart character or the nerd. She has a more preppy clothing style, but is also still very cutesy. And I keep with the bat theming, and I actually make her eyelashes in the shape of bat wings, which I thought was very clever. I also make her bows that are in her hair shaped like bats, which Gen 3 actually does quite often, and I actually didn't realize that until after I made this design, so I didn't take inspiration from that. That was just kind of an accident, but glad I did it because it looks really, really cute. I also have little bat charms hanging from her glasses, and yeah, this version of Draculaura has glasses. It does play into the smart kid nerd stereotype, but I just thought it would be interesting to have a character like Draculaura, who's usually the cutesy girl who likes shopping back in Gen 1, or the badass witch vampire girl. So since I was going with more of the smart kid direction, I thought it would be interesting to give Draculaura glasses. I also gave Lala some cute heart-shaped earrings, but I kept them pretty simple since the bat charm on the glasses already took up quite a bit of space, and I didn't want that area of her design to look too busy, so I just kept it simple for her earrings. Also, sorry for the random ass jump in the speed paint. I walked away from my computer for a second and forgot to press pause on the recording, so that's why that happened. So a little bit more about this version of Drax's character. I imagine because of how slow vampires age, she's been at Monster High for a long time. And she's been stuck there for a couple hundred years, considering she's about to be 1600 years old. Just now getting into her junior year, she's taken all of these tests and quizzes over and over again, which is why she's now known as the smart kid at Monster High. She's the straight A student, the example. She has a lot of pressure to live up to, especially when it comes to her dad being Dracula, the most famous vampire of all time. So there's more pressure than just stuff with school. She has to live up to her father, and she doesn't like that, because she has a secret. Yes, I'm bringing back Draculaura being a witch. Now, did it make sense for Draculaura to become a witch in Gen 3? Not really. Does it matter? Not really. Were people mad about it for no reason? Absolutely. Is it cool as hell? Absolutely. Okay, I love Draculaura being a witch. I don't think other people clocked it, but I certainly did. Draculaura being a witch and having to hide it from her dad and thinking she had to hide it from her friends, it was a gay allegory. I know they had openly queer characters in the show, but Draculaura's whole being a witch situation and having to hide it was a gay allegory. Not just in the show, but in the movie, and honest to God, the show's better than the movie. I'm gonna be so for real. But yes, I'm keeping her a witch, and also this, weirdly enough, makes me think about story time. When I was in high school, I also got into witchcraft, like the real world witchcraft. But I was raised Christian by very religious parents, so I had to hide it, but I wasn't able to hide it for very f***ing long, and they found out and I was in trouble, and it wasn't until last year that I got back into witchcraft. I relate to Gen 3 Draculaura on just a weird level. Anyways, her being a witch is relevant in this part of the design that I'm currently working on, and it's because that is her spell book, but I'm also making it to where it looks like that it's like a purse, because I thought that would be a neat idea, because there are purses that look like books, and I was like, oh, that would be so cute to be like, oh, she has her spell book with her at all times, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. So moving on to the colors of her design, I weirdly chose more muted pinks for this design. I actually, honest to God, don't know why. I don't know the thought process behind it. I don't know why I picked these specific pinks, but I did. In the end, it looks good, so I'm not going to complain about why I did this. I'm just explaining the fact that I still don't know why I chose so much muted colors here. But when it comes to her color palette actually like changing when it comes to the colors themselves and not just the shades, I kept it the same, the classic pink, black, and white. So I know through all generations, plaid has been more of a Frankie thing, but this case, it's now becoming a Draculaura thing, because who says that Frankie's the only one in this series that's allowed to have plaid? And since I'm going with a more preppy look for her, I thought that a plaid skirt would be more fitting. And while you may not have seen it in the sketch, don't worry, I did indeed add her signature heart on her cheek. It would not be Draculaura without her birthmark. So I decided to keep her hair in the two-toned G3 style because, I mean, come on, you guys already know I'm very biased towards two-toned hair. It's like one of my favorite design features of characters. If they can have split-dyed hair, I'm going for it. Like... And there she is! She's finally done! Our adorable, cute vampire witch, Draculaura. I remember being really nervous that I might screw up her design, but I'm actually pretty proud of it. I'm pleasantly surprised with myself, because I for sure thought that I couldn't create a look as iconic as first wave Generation 1 Drac, or any of the core refresh Dracs from Gen 3, and I do like Wave 1 Drac. I just like the core refresh more. I'm sorry. Also, I've already gotten so attached to my versions of these characters that I've drawn memes with them already. I have this one with Frankie, Drac, and Laguna, Fetus Frankie, and this cute little makeup one with Drac. In the next part to this series, Claudine will finally get her turn to get her redesign. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support me financially, I have my commissions back open finally, and they are available on my Ko-Fi, which I will put the link in the description. I will also put the link to the straw page that I made for this specific generation of Monster High. I should already have Draculaura on the page. If not, you can go ahead and read Laguna and Frankie's descriptions. I also have my Throne account linked in the description. I mean, you guys could buy me a Monster High doll if you want. I mean, who said that? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part or my next video. Goodbye!
I hate my life and I want